Right. Hello, everyone. In this webinar, we are going to talk about how best you can use Microsoft Teams to host events. So in this webinar, we're going to talk about different aspects of event hosting using Microsoft Teams. Right. So this is me here, David Atama. I'm a good Microsoft Learning Student Ambassador from University of Nigeria. Right, so in this window, you can see different scenarios where you can use Teams to host events. You can see someone sitting in an office talking to some people online via Teams. You can also see people working on the field, probably communicating with someone using Teams. So there are several scenarios you can use Microsoft Teams, whether you're hosting a small event, a large event, a meetup, info session, just name it. The list still continues. So here I'm going to talk about Microsoft Teams webinar, how to set it up, the benefits, what you stand to gain by hosting events as a webinar instead of just hosting events as a meeting. I will also talk about how to create breakout sessions while on Microsoft Teams webinar. All right, Microsoft Teams webinar is similar to normal Microsoft Teams meetings. So the only difference here is you have a dedicated event registration page. You have a registration form, which you can see within the registration page. You can also add event speakers as well as their bio for people to read. You have a dashboard where you can see the number of persons who register for your event. You also see the number of people who viewed your event page. You also see if someone previously registered but later canceled the event, you see the number of persons on the dashboard. So with Microsoft Teams webinar, you also have the opportunity of, you also have the advantage of getting automated emails sent to your attendees. That's people who register for events. Once they register, they get automated email letting them know that they've registered for the event. Then towards close to the event time, they will also get an email an hour before the event, reminding them of the time for the webinar. So these are some of the advantages of hosting events using Teams as a webinar. So previously, before I saw this opportunity to host events as a webinar, I usually host my events as a normal meeting, which is I just go to my Teams app, I go to calendar, I select the date, and then schedule a meeting, fill out the details required, the event title, the dates, the time period, the period for the event, the start time and the end time. And then if I have to add emails of people I know who I want to invite to the event, I'll do that also. But then since I found out about Microsoft Teams webinar, I stopped hosting events. I stopped scheduling Microsoft Teams events as a normal meeting. So I'm going to stop sharing my slide now so that we go over to the demo session. All right, what I'll do now is to share my screen. I'll be sharing my entire screen now. All right, so this is my calendar, as you can see. And at the top right, you can see join with an ID. That if there is a meeting currently going, though the meeting ID, you can click on that button and then type in the link, type in the meeting code, the meeting ID to schedule an instant meeting. This is where you can do that. Meet now, as you can see. Then this other one is if you want to schedule a meeting for later. This is where you do that. But then this button beside this down arrow button, you have other templates. You have webinar, you have town hall, you have class, lecture, live event. So among all these templates you can see here are different. Class and lecture are just like normal Microsoft Teams meetings. So there's no difference. So live events is if you want to schedule, maybe you are going to premiere a product, maybe something you are building and you want to host a live event about it. This one you can use. But I think later this year, this particular one will be phased out. So what will be left will be normal meetings, Teams webinar, and town hall. So I'll click on webinar. So clicking on it will bring up this window, which you can see. At the left-hand side of the screen, you can see setup and registration section. So under setup, you have event details, presenter bios, and theming. Then under registration, you have configuration, attendee status, emails, and reports. So I'll start with the event details. So here you have the basic information. So this is where you fill in the required information like the event, the webinar title, the start date, the start time, the end date, and the end time. Then if you like, you could add the time zone for the meeting, a West African time or Pacific time. Then this box is where you type in the event details. Give a brief description about the event and add key takeaways, what attendees expect to go away with after the event. I'll start with the event title. So let's have something like Introduction to Azure as the title of the webinar. Then let's choose the start date. Let's choose June 12th. Then start time, I think. Let me use Pacific time. I'm going to select 8 a.m. and then end date the same day. end time, let's say 8 a.m. to 9 a.m. Then time zone. So by default, because I'm in Nigeria, it's giving me West African time as my time zone. So I'm going to click on this button and then select Pacific time, GMT -8. I'll select this one. So here under description, you just type something like a brief description of the webinar. This webinar. So this webinar will introduce you to Microsoft's cloud platform called Azure. So you can make it, you can add as much information as you like, but make it concise and straight to the point, and then add key takeaways at the end. So here we have the organizer, that's myself. Since this is a webinar, it's important to add co-organizers, people who help you take care of a few things during the meeting. So let's see what co-organizers can do. Co-organizers can manage the event, but can't publish or edit event details. So it gives you, as the organizer, this gives you the admin privilege. So you are the only one as the organizer to make changes to your event. So let me add someone. So I'm adding this person as you can add as much as you like, maybe 2 or 3 persons will be okay. Let's say, so co-organizers are people from your organization. So that's why when I start typing in a particular name, it will bring out suggestions for me. So let me type in another name here. All right, so I have two co-organizers here. Then presenters, you can add presenters from your organization or external presenters. And you can also do both. So let me add one from my organization and add another person. Okay, I have one presenter from my organization. Then I'll click on this button to add external presenters rather. External presenters are presenters from outside your organization. They will be able to bypass the event lobby. So here, what you do is you type in the email address of the presenter you want to add. So external presenters, see this here. External presenters will receive unique join links. These links should not be forwarded or shared. So as soon as you type in the person's email address here and you save, the person is going to receive a unique invite link to the webinar. So then event access. Is this webinar for your organization or is it public? So because you want um, outsiders to join this webinar, if it's not an organization specific event, you can choose public. Anyone on the internet can view the event page and register. So that's it. All right, the next thing to do now is to save and send invites. So these people I added here are going to get an invite about this webinar. So it's saving now. So it's saved. Then since we added presenters to the event, the next thing for us to do here is, okay, I could add another person as a presenter. Okay, let me add like 3 presenters from my organization. What should I add now? So I have 3 presenters now, and I'm going to save again and then send the invite. So once it saves, it's going to you're going to see changes saved down here. The next thing is to go to the presenter bios. So I have 3 presenters here. So this is where I can edit each of them. So here you can add the profile picture of the presenter, add the real name, can edit the name. If the person has a company, this is where you type in the company name, the job title, the LinkedIn profile, the Twitter profile, personal websites, and then a bio about the presenter. Once you're done with that, you click on save. So you do the same thing for the 3 of them. And once you are done, you click on theming. So this is where we customize the registration page. So you can change this. This is like the registration page banner. So you can change it to something nice. Let me see if I can find a very good picture here. So before now, you must have designed something you are going to upload as you design something you're going to upload as the banner image. So this is what I have. You can move it as you like to fit what you want to display. I think I'll leave it like this and then click on save. All right, so it's uploaded now. So the next thing is the logo for the organization hosting the webinar. So since I'm an ambassador, I can choose to upload the logo of Microsoft Incident Ambassador program. Let me see if I can find the logo somewhere. Right. Okay, let me just use let me just use this as the logo. I can't find the other one. So I'll click on save as well, and it should get updated. So once I'm done, um, once I'm done, I'll click on the. Once I'm done with all these, I'll click on publish sites. The Reddit publish sites. Once you publish the registration site, people will be able to find and register for an event. I'll click on publish. To all sets. So I'll just copy this link and close this pop-up. Then I'll go to emails. So here you see automated emails automated emails attached to this webinar I've just created. So here I have the first one is attendee registration. This is sent immediately after someone registers for the event. Attendee pending approval, sent immediately. If there's a wait list, the email is sent immediately. If an attendee is rejected, an email is sent immediately. Attendee cancellation, webinar cancellation, webinar date and time updates. So whenever you make changes to this webinar, maybe you change the dates or time, or you added something, just anything at all to the details, and you save. Those who previously registered for the event are going to get an email about the update that was made. Then webinar reminder, this is sent an hour before the event. Then lastly, event recording. So once the event recording is available, it's going to be sent also. So the good thing here is that I think a lot of people have sent they've sent feedback so that people will be able to edit some of these emails to customize it, maybe add one or two things. But the update is yet to come up. I believe they are working on it currently. So this is for the emails that are going to be sent for this webinar. Then reports. So this is where you see the number of persons who viewed your registration page, the number of persons who registered, the number of those who canceled to attend the event. So these are the details you can see here. These are the details. Registration first name, last name, email address, registration status, registration time. You can also download the responses you collected. So what I normally do is even though teams will send automated emails, I usually download the responses I've collected already and then send an email, a personalized email to all those who registered, just like a few days before the events. So this is very necessary for you to, it's better to communicate directly to those who register to attend your event instead of allowing teams to send those emails. Emails are okay though, but it's still good to have a personal connection with your event attendees. All right. Here we have under registration also we have configuration. So here you can choose the capacity of people who you want to attend your event. So for this one, the maximum capacity is 1,000. You can decrease it. You can decrease it to the number you want. So you can leave it at 1,000. So here, this is where you add other fields to the registration form in the registration page. So by default, you have first name, last name, and email address. So you can add other details, as you can see here, address, city, but I think all these ones are not necessary, except the country, stroke, region, job title, organization. Then here you can add custom question. Do you want it to be a text input? Do you want it to be a yes or no, or maybe selecting a particular option? Or do you want it to be a checkbox? So you can add anyone depending on the one you want. So that's it. So here you can see the number of persons who registered and the number of persons who canceled. So let's view the registration site. I'll click on this. So this is it here, the registration page. So this is the banner, like you see, this is the logo, this is the event's title, this is the details I added about the event, and these are the speakers I added. So if I had edited the presenter bios, like adding their job title, their company, adding a short bio, a link to their LinkedIn profile and their Twitter profile. All these things are going to appear here. Then when you click on register, this is the form. You can see first name, last name, email address, then you check this box, and then you click on register. So as simple as that. Let's go back again to, let's go back here. So I'll head over to the details again. I want to do a few things here before. So I'll click on meeting options. So the first one is who can bypass the lobby. By default, it's people who were invited. So you can choose to select everyone. You can choose to select people in my organization, trusted organization, and guests. So depending on the option you want, you can make your choice from the list. Then this is normally toggled off by default. Attendees, the registration link can bypass the lobby. It's toggled on by default. Reject anyone who can't bypass the lobby. It's off by default. Enable green room. The green room is like it's more like a way for you to test maybe test your your slides, if everything is okay, the audio and every other part of the webinar before you can start the meeting. I normally do this few days before my webinar to make sure that everything works fine. So I normally toggle it off. So here, audio and video settings, allow mic for attendees. I want to turn it on. Or some attendees might want to, some attendees might want to ask questions during the meeting instead of typing in the chat box. You can also choose to allow camera for attendees and engagement, meeting chats. Do you want it to be in meeting only? In meeting means you want it to be on only when the meeting has started. I normally turn it on. So when someone registers, they will see the chats area. They can ask their questions there or maybe drop a comment. Then allow reactions, which is recommended. Allow attendee reports, recommended also. Then record and transcribe automatically. You might want to toggle this off. So if this is on, it means that when someone joins your event before you as the organizer, the recording will start automatically. So turning it off will make you choose when to start the recording. So once you are done with all these checks, you can now click on apply. All right. So we now have our registration page set up. We've added co-organizers, we've added presenters, we've made changes to some things here under meeting options. We've seen the type of emails that could be sent out, and every other thing about setting up a webinar. Right, from here, you can also cancel the event or duplicate events. Duplicating the event means probably you want to host a similar event with the same settings. This is where you can do that. So I'm going to close this window now, or rather, let me click on save again before doing that. All right, my changes has been saved. I'll minimize this window, and then I'll go to my calendar. So I choose which dates did I choose? Dates. Okay. So I'll locate the event I just scheduled, the webinar I just scheduled. This is it here. So I'll click on it and then click on this button to expand. So as you can see here, this is where you can track. I added this person as I added these two as co-organizers, and then these last three as presenters. So when they accept my invite, I'm going to see, instead of unknown, I'm going to see accepted. Then here, usually you can see updates about people who registered for this event. So you can click on attendance. So because I've viewed the registration page, you can see 1 as a metric here. Then meeting whiteboard, breakout session. So this is where you can, if this is an event where you want to create breakout sessions, maybe it's a conference, and maybe after some time during the event, you want to group the participants into different, you want to place them into different groups for them to discuss a particular topic and then return to the general event. So from here, create breakout rooms, them all the way you want. So how many rooms do you want? Let's see. You can have up to 50 rooms, but then let's restrict it to 2 rooms. Add rooms. So here you can change the name. This you can change it to room 4. You can change this to room 4. Room for males. And then rename this to room for females. So we are done with that. Then under room options, this is the same as when we made changes under meeting options. So the same thing is still what you're going to see here. So there's no need to go in there. You can also delete rooms by clicking on this button. Then you can assign attendees automatically to each room. And you can do that manually. Let me select manual. So I'll select this person, and then I'll click on a particular room I want to. Since this person is a female, I'll select room for females. So this particular thing is it's done when it's time for the breakout session. So once it's time for the breakout session, you return to this page and then assign attendees to different breakout rooms. Then this one again, room for females, then room for females, room for males, and finally room for males. I'll save this. So from here you can see 2 participants, 1 participant. So this is because the other 2 are co-organizers. That's why we didn't see the increased number here. You're supposed to have uh 2, I think 3 females. Yeah. So that's about the breakout session. From here you can also add apps to this webinar. You can add posts and some of the apps you want. So the good thing here is just you can come here and experiment on some of these things. It's really awesome. So with this, you don't worry about creating a separate form for your event. You already have a registration form within your registration page. So this is awesome. And if you want to add files to your event, this is where you can do that. Maybe you want to share the presentation deck ahead of the event. This is where you can do that. You click on upload, you can attach files from the cloud or you upload from your PC. Then if you want to make changes to this event, maybe you want to change the date, the name, or you want to add other things, you click on manage events. If you want to cancel it, you click on cancel event. Let's click on manage events and see. So it's now brought us back to this page. So after making any edits you want to make, you click on save and everything will be okay. All right, that's the end for this. A better way to host events using Microsoft Teams. If you want to host a town hall meeting, town hall means the number of persons are larger than webinar. You can have up to, I think, 10,000 for the capacity, while webinars have 1,000 participants. So it depends on what you want to achieve. So thank you for watching and be sure to share this video with your friends. Thank you. Bye.